Hello students, this is grade 10 physics class, chapter 11, the human eye and the colorful world. In last video class we have seen the atmospheric refraction. Am I right? Yes, atmospheric refraction we have seen. So actually what is atmospheric refraction? Okay, the earth atmosphere having different air layers. Am I right? The different air layers made up of different types of gas particles. Is it clear? Yes. So when the sunlight enters into the atmosphere, there will be refraction, which means bending of light. That is called atmospheric refraction. Am I right? Yes. So the refraction happens due to atmosphere. Earth atmosphere is called atmospheric refraction. Already we know that. Yes. So due to atmospheric refraction, some optical phenomena happens. Some optical phenomena happens. Okay. So what are that? First one, the twinkling of stars. The stars appears to twinkle, that is first optical phenomena happens due to atmospheric refraction. Am I right? Yes. And second one, what is that? Second one, the stars seem higher than they actually are. Am I right? Yes. The star, if we see the star at a clear night, it appears to be raised from its original position. That is second one. Am I right? Next, third one, what is that? Third one, the advanced sunrise and delayed sunset. That also happens due to atmospheric refraction. Am I right? Yes. So far we have completed atmospheric refraction. Am I right? Atmospheric refraction, and then some optical phenomena happens due to atmospheric refraction. Isn't it? Yes. So in this lesson, so from chapter 10 and chapter 11, so far we have completed reflection and refraction. Am I right? The important phenomena of light. First one, reflection part completed, and second one, refraction also completed. Isn't it? Yes. Next we are going to move on. Next, very important topic, one of the important phenomena of light, that is scattering of light. What is that? Scattering of light. Very, very important and interesting topic that is. What is that? That is scattering of light. So far we have completed reflection and refraction. Am I right? So what is reflection and what is refraction? Reflection means nothing but the bouncing back of light or sending back of light. That process, that phenomena is called reflection. Am I right? So when a beam of light rays falls on the surface of any object, the part of the light rays bounce back, which means sending back. That process is called reflection. Am I right? Yes. Then what is refraction? Refraction means nothing but when light goes from one medium into another medium, its direction changes. It means speed changes. That phenomena of light is called refraction. Am I right? Refraction. So far we have completed reflection and refraction. So now we are going to enter different as well as very interesting phenomena of light, that is scattering of light. What phenomena? Scattering of light. Isn't it? Yes. Very simple, don't get confused. Okay. So to understand that concept, what is scattering of light, we must recall what is reflection and what is reflection. Isn't it? Yes. So already we know what is reflection, the bouncing back of light. Okay, the bouncing back of light or sending back of light when it falls on the surface of any object, that is called reflection. That is called reflection. Am I right? Yes. So recall that. Consider a plane mirror. Consider plane mirror. This is a plane mirror. The plane mirror surface is a very smooth surface. Alright, that is very smooth surface. Very, very smooth surface, also polished surface. Alright, yes. Consider a beam of light. Consider a beam of light which falls. Consider a beam of light which falls on the surface of the plane mirror. Next, what will happen? Also, this is plane mirror. That is plane mirror. That plane mirror has smooth surface, smooth or polished surface. Isn't it? Yes. So when a beam of parallel light rays falls on the plane mirror, what will happen? Then after reflection, the all reflected rays moves in a particular direction. Moves in a particular specific direction. Am I right? Yes. Here, look at here. Here the parallel, this incident rays, they all are incident rays and they all are reflected rays. What rays? Reflected rays. Okay, go look at here. Incident rays are parallel to each other. After reflection also, the all reflected rays parallel to each other. Am I right? Yes, look at here. The all reflected rays parallel to each other. Isn't it? Yes. Because the plane with a surface is a smooth surface. What surface? Smooth and polished surface. That is the reason why after reflection, all reflected rays travels in a particular direction. So it means a specific direction because it is a smooth surface. Isn't it? Yes. Next, consider rough surface. Consider a rough surface like this. That is rough surface. It's not a smooth surface. Am I right? Yes. It is rough surface. What is that? Rough surface. That is not a polished surface, or otherwise we can say it's not a smooth surface. That is rough surface. Isn't it? Yes. So consider a beam of light. Consider a beam of light falls on the. Consider beam of light falls on the surface of the rough surface. Surface of the rough surface. What will happen? Next, what will happen? They all incident rays should travel in a different direction, which means they must be reflected, isn't it? Yes. So they all are incident rays. They all are incident rays. Actually, this incident ray falls on the rough surface. After reflection, the reflected rays travels in a different direction like this. Incident ray travels in different directions, isn't it? Yes. So they are reflected rays. They are reflected rays. They are incident rays because that is a rough surface. So after reflection, the all reflected rays diverges, which means travels in different directions, isn't it? Look at here, light goes this direction, that one this direction, this one this direction. So after reflection, the reflected rays travels in different direction, isn't it? Yes. Look at here. What is the difference between both? There is regular reflection, that is irregular reflection. This is regular reflection. Regular reflection, that is irregular reflection. That is irregular reflection, isn't it? Yes. In regular reflection, all reflected rays travels in a particular direction. In irregular reflection, the all reflected rays travels in different direction, so many direction. Am I right? Yes. So here the reflection depends on what? Here the reflection of light rays depends on what? That is surface. Am I right? The surface of the object. Actually, this is smooth surface, smooth and polished surface. That is the reason why the all reflected rays travels in a particular direction, only one direction. But this is not a smooth surface, that is rough surface. So after reflection, all reflected rays travels in so many directions, all direction. Is it clear? Yes. So the reflection depends on what one? Which one? Surface of the object, which means reflecting surface. Am I right? What is that? Reflecting surface. Is it clear? Yes. Keep this concept in your mind. Okay, keep this concept in your mind. Here the reflection of light depends on what is a reflecting surface. Isn't it? Reflecting surface. Okay, yes. Reflecting surface. Reflecting surface, okay? So the reflection of light depends on reflecting surface, isn't it? Yes, look at here. So already we know the earth has atmosphere. Am I right? Look at here. Earth has atmosphere. What is atmosphere? What is atmosphere? The different air layers surrounding the earth's surface, that is atmosphere. So this atmosphere made up of different gases. Am I right? Different gases having different densities, isn't it? Yes, some gases density will be more, some gases density will be less. Not only gas. Okay, the earth atmosphere is made up of dust particles, water droplets, and what is smoke, and so many things. Look at here, the atmosphere made up of different density gases, isn't it? Different density gases. Then after that, water droplets. Then smoke, dust particles, and so many things. Am I right? Yes. So which all things combined together make atmosphere. Okay, that is called atmosphere, isn't it? So we can say atmosphere is a mix. Atmosphere is a heterogeneous mixture. Am I right? Atmosphere is a what is that? Heterogeneous mixture, isn't it? Yes. So atmosphere is a heterogeneous mixture. You know what is heterogeneous? What is heterogeneous? Heterogeneous is the thing, but the two or more substances combined together, okay, which make what is that mixture? So it's called heterogeneous mixture. So the mixture that has the mixtures that have what is that? Non-uniform. At this point, the non-uniform substances. Non-uniform substances, that is called heterogeneous mixture. That is called heterogeneous mixture. Okay, for example, the Earth's surface, the Earth's atmosphere is made up of different gases. The different gases, then dust particles, smoke, water droplets, and so many things. Okay, so these all things combined together which make a atmosphere, Earth atmosphere. So that is the reason why Earth atmosphere is a heterogeneous mixture, because here so many things which combine together make a atmosphere. So that is considered as heterogeneous mixture. What is that? Heterogeneous mixture, isn't it? Yes. So they already know the Earth atmosphere having different things. Gas particles are there, water molecules are there, okay, which means water vapors are there, smoke particles are there, dust particles are there, so many things are there. Am I right? These are all things made up of what? These are all things made up of atom. Isn't it? Look at here. These are all things made up of atoms. Not only atmosphere. See, in this world, in this universe, everything is made up of atom. In this universe, everything is made up of atoms. So likewise, the atmosphere also made up of atoms or particles. We can say particles. Isn't it? Yes. So the gas particles made up of atom, dust particles made up of atom, the smoke particles made up of atom. Then after that, what is that? Water droplets made up of atom. So everything is made up of atom, which is present in atmosphere. Is it clear? It's very simple. Okay, so that is for only atmospheric scattering. Okay, yes. So what is the size of the particle? You tell me. What is that size of the particle? Okay, which means shape. Shape of the particle. What is that? Shape of the particle actually, that is spherical shape. What is that? Spherical shape. It's not a round shape, square shape, rectangular shape whatsoever. Okay, the particle size actually, which means shape. The particle shape actually, that is spherical shape. Okay, what is that? Spherical shape. So consider this is Earth. That is Earth. So the Earth's surface is surrounded by atmosphere. This is Earth's surface. The Earth's surface is surrounded by atmosphere. Am I right? That is atmosphere. So that atmosphere is made up of different gases. Am I right? The atmosphere is made up of different gases. So gas particles are there, dust particles are there. Okay, gas particles are there, dust particles are there. Then water molecules are there. Water molecules are there, smoke particles are there, smoke particles are there, am I right? Smoke particles are there, and so many things are there. Isn't it? So many things are there, which all things combined together make heterogeneous mixture. What is that? Heterogeneous mixture. Note this point, very important. What is heterogeneous mixture? The mixtures that have non-uniform composition. What is that? What is one? Non-uniform composition. That is called heterogeneous mixture. Am I right? Heterogeneous mixture. So, for example, the nitrogen present in the atmosphere is 78%. How many? How much time? How much? 78%. Next, oxygen 21%. Oxygen 21%, and remaining 1% only CO2. Then other gases. The CO2 is there, dust particles there, smoke particles there, then xenon, krypton, neon, so many gas particles are there within 1%. Am I right? So nitrogen percentage 78% in atmosphere, present atmosphere. Next, oxygen present 21% in atmosphere, and remaining 1% carbon dioxide gas, dust particles, smoke particles, xenon, krypton, neon, helium, so many gases are there. That is the reason why the atmosphere is considered as a heterogeneous mixture. Isn't it? What is that? Heterogeneous mixture. Is it clear? Yes. So these all substances made up of particle, which means atom. Alright, which means atom. So everything is made up of atom. Isn't it? Yes. What is the shape of the atom? Which means shape of the atom, that is spherical shape. The shape of the atom is spherical shape, it's not a round shape, so rectangular whatsoever. Only spherical shape. Okay, which means sphere. Okay, yes. Look at here. What is shape? That is spherical shape, like this. That is spherical shape. Consider this is Earth's surface. That is Earth's surface. The Earth's surface made up of, what is that? Atmosphere. Look at here, the Earth's surface made up of atmosphere. Okay, the atmosphere having different gases, dust particles, smoke particles, water particles, so many things. That particle and every substance is made up of atoms. Every substance is made up of atom. That atom shape is spherical shape. What shape? Each and every atom shape is spherical shape. Isn't it? Yes. So look at here, this spherical shape. Isn't it? Yes, I am going to consider just only one particle. I am going to consider just only one particle. Look at this particle. I am going to enlarge that particle size. Okay, which means I am going to draw that particle size becomes enlarged. Look at here. Yes. So this is particles. What is this? This is spherical shape. Am I right? This is spherical. That is spherical shape. Am I right? Particle shape is spherical shape. Okay, so this part. So I am going to enlarge this spherical shape like this. Like this. Okay? I have enlarged this single particle spherical shape into enlarged shape like this. This enlarged shape. Is it clear? Yes. Look at here. Sun is here. Sun is here. Isn't it? So look at here. Sun is here. Okay. There's so many light rays are. Which is coming from the sun. It is coming from the sun. Then the Earth atmosphere made up of particles. That particle shape is spherical shape, which is present in over the Earth's surface. Which means in atmosphere. So sun is located there. So the sunlight which enters into the atmosphere. Sunlight which enters into the atmosphere. So the atmosphere made up of particles. The particle shape is spherical shape like this. Isn't it? Yes. Consider a beam of light. Which falls. Consider a beam of light like this. Look at here. Consider a beam of light. This is a beam of light. Consider a beam of light which falls on the spherical shape. Okay, what shape? The spherical shape of a particle. Look at this. Consider beam of light. This beam of light. This is all beam of light which falls on the spherical shape of a particle. This is particle. This is particle. Spherical shape. Spherical shape of a particle. Yes. Look at here. Actually, this is curved. This is curved surface. This is curved surface. It's not a flat surface like a plane mirror. Okay, it's not a rough surface. But it's a rough surface like an irregular reflection. Actually, this is curved surface. Can you see this? This is curved surface. That is the reason why it is called, what is that? Spherical shape. Okay, that is the reason why the particle shape is spherical shape. Yes. So this is curved surface. Isn't it? Yes. Look at here. So here the beam of light rays falls on the spherical shape of a particle which is present in the atmosphere. Next, what will happen? So actually this is what is this? This is curved surface. This is curved surface. So when a beam of white light falls on the spherical shape of a particle, this all light rays reflected like this. Okay, reflects. The all light rays gets reflected in so many directions like this. Okay, so many directions like this. So many directions like this. Look at here, like this also. When a beam of white light falls or strikes on the spherical shape of a particle which is present in the atmosphere, the all light rays, what is that? Reflected in random direction. Reflected in random directions, or we can say all direction. That phenomena is called scattering of light. This phenomena is called scattering of light. Isn't it? It's very, very simple. Why, sir? Why here the all parallel beam of light rays reflected in so many directions, which means all direction after falling on the spherical shape? Because here the particle shape is spherical. Look at here, this particle shape is spherical. It's not a flat surface, it's a spherical surface. So due to reflection, due to loss of reflection, what happens? The all reflected rays moves, okay, which means spreading in all direction, which means a random direction. That phenomena of light is called scattering of light. That phenomena of light is called scattering of light. Is it clear? It's very simple concept. Try to understand. Okay, this is for only one particle. Okay, but the atmosphere made up of so many particles. Okay, we cannot count that. That is infinity. We cannot count that. Isn't it? Yes. So this for example, I have taken a single particle. So whenever the sunlight enters into the atmosphere, scattering process happens. Look at here, scattering process happening, due to which what happens? Light rays diverges. Okay, which means spreading out in all direction. So that phenomena is called scattering of light. What is that? Scattering of light. Okay, I'll write the definition. Look at here. So when the beam of light strikes on the spherical particle present in the atmosphere, reflected all directions. That process is called scattering of light. So when a beam of white light strikes on the spherical particle present in the atmosphere, the light reflected all directions. The light gets reflected in all directions, which means random direction. That phenomena of light is called scattering of light. What is that? When the beam of light strikes on the spherical particle present in the atmosphere, the light gets reflected, or otherwise we can say spreading out. Reflected in all direction. That is called scattering of light. That phenomena of light is called scattering of light. Is it clear? It's very simple, don't get confusion. Very, very easy concept here. Isn't it? Yes. So whenever the sunlight enters into the atmosphere, the sunlight falls on every particle, every single particle which is present in the atmosphere. Next, what will happen? Strikes on the surface of the particle. Next, gets reflected in so many directions, random direction. That process is called scattering of light. It's very, very simple concept. Try to understand the concept, because here the particle shape is not a plain surface. Okay, that is a curved surface. That is the reason why after reflection, the light rays gets reflected in all direction. Is it clear? So this process is called scattering of light. Isn't it? Yes. So what is the use of this scattering of light, sir? what is the use of scattering of light? Due to scattering of light, we can see the beam of light. We can see the beam of light. If the scattering process not happen, we cannot see anything. We cannot see anything. Is it clear? Very, very simple. So next one, due to this scattering, the sky appears to blue. The daytime, the sky appears to blue. Then next one, due to the scattering of light, the sun appears to red color, okay, at sunrise and sunset. That is the reason. Okay, that is the reason why. Okay, due to this scattering of light, the sun appears red color when, okay, during sunset as well as sunrise. That is the reason. Isn't it? Because scattering is happening there. Okay, so next we are going to move on. What is that? Why the sky appears to blue during daytime. Then second one, why the sun and the surrounding spot, okay, surrounding spot appears to red color during sunrise and sunset. That is, okay, here the both phenomena happens due to scattering of light. What is that? Scattering of light, we will see that. Is it clear? Yes. So before starting that, what is point? Before starting why the skies appears to blue and why the sun appears red color during sunrise and sunset, we must learn what is Tyndall effect. What is that? Tyndall effect. Okay, so that is next one. Next we will see what is that? Tyndall effect. Tyndall effect is the basic of scattering of light. Tyndall effect is a very, very important basic of what is that? Important basic of this scattering of light. Okay, so next one, what is that? Tyndall effect. Tyndall effect. Actually, Tyndall, he was a scientist. Tyndall, he was a scientist who found that, actually who discovered the scattering of light in atmosphere. What is that? Scattering of light in atmosphere. That is the reason why it is called Tyndall effect. That is called Tyndall effect, or otherwise we can say Tyndall scattering. What is that? Tyndall scattering. The Tyndall scattering and the Tyndall effect both are same. Okay, so Tyndall was a scientist who discovered the scattering of light in atmosphere in the year of 1859. In the year of 1859. Is it clear? Yes. Actually, the Tyndall effect is very, very important. Okay, with the help of this Tyndall effect, okay, Tyndall effect is means the scattering of light. Nowadays, the paint and so many things, okay, we are manufactured. Okay, it plays very, very important the industrial purpose to make up paints and so many things. Okay, it's very, very important the basic for the scattering of light. Is it clear? Yes. That is it. So, what is Tyndall effect, sir? You may ask me, what is Tyndall effect? Am I right? Yes. Look at here. Consider a home. Consider a home. Consider a home. Consider home. This is home. This is home. You are at home. Okay, you are at home. You are here. You are at home. Okay, I'm right. Yes. So inside the home, what will be there? Inside the home, what will be there? So look at here. I'm in this classroom. Okay. At least what is here? What is here? Okay. See, around me, so many things are there. Gas particles are there. Dust particles are there. Smoke particles are there. Water droplets are there, so many things are there. Am I right? Because air is everywhere. Okay, air around us. Is it clear? Air around us. Is it clear? Yes. So inside this room, dust particles, okay, suspending dust particles are there, water droplets are there, then gas particles are there, so many things are there. Am I right? Like this. like this. So many particles are there. Okay, consider window is here. Just a single window is here. Single window is here. What is this window? That is window. Look at here. Consider home. You are at home. You are at home. Then single window is there. Single window is there. Actually, that window is closed. Single window, very small sized window is there. That small sized window is closed now. That is in closed mode. Okay, look at here. So inside the home, dust particles are there. So many particles are there. Dust particles and gas particles and so many particles are there. Okay, dust particles and gas particles, water molecules, smoke and so many particles are which is suspending inside the home. Inside the home. Is it clear? Yes. So that window is now closed. The window is now closed. So sun is here. Sun is here. Sun is here. So sunlight around the home. Alright, sunlight around the home. Is it clear? Yes. So now the window is closed. Now the window is closed. Is it clear? Yes. Suppose if you open the window, what will happen? If we open this single window, actually the window size is very small. If you open this single window, what will happen? The sunlight will come out. Sorry, sunlight will come inside. Am I right? The sunlight will come inside because sunlight around the home. Am I right? Sunlight around the home. So if you open this window, what will happen? The sunlight will come inside, will come into the home. Am I right? Like this. So like this, sunlight will come. Sunlight will come inside the home, isn't it? Yes. So already we know the dust particles, the water molecules, then gas particle which is suspending inside the room, which means suspending in a is moving here and there. Okay, moving here and there. Am I right? Yes. So already we know every particle shape, what is it? Every particle shape, that is spherical shape. That is spherical shape. So whenever beam of light falls on the spherical particles, what will happen? Light gets diverged, which means light gets reflected in all the direction, random direction. Am I right? That is called scattering of light. Is it clear? That is called scattering of light. The same phenomena happens here. The same phenomena happens here. You look at here. So many dust particles is suspending. So many dust particles which is suspending inside the room. I am going to take few dust particles. Okay, few particles is present in the home. Okay, because that is for convenience. Like this. So many particles are there. Am I right? Yes. So when you open the window, the sunlight will come inside. Sunlight will come into the house. Am I right? Yes. So dust particles which is suspending inside the room. So when the sunlight falls on the surface of the particle, spherical particle, what happens? Light gets scattered like that, all the direction. The light gets scattered like this. Light gets scattered like this. Can you see this? Yes. The light scattered in all the direction. Every particle which scatters the light, a beam of light, isn't it? Is it clear? So this is called Tyndall effect. This phenomena is called Tyndall effect. Very simple. So whenever beam of light which falls, what is that? Which falls on the surface of the spherical particles, which allows us to see the beam of light path. So here, due to this scattering process, we can see the beam of light path. Okay, which means we can see the path. Okay, here due to scattering, we can see the beam of light path. What is that? Beam of light path. Very simple concept. Is it clear? Yes. So what is the Tyndall effect, sir? Tyndall effect is nothing but the scattering of light by particles in its path. That is called Tyndall effect. The scattering of light. The scattering of light by the scattering of light by particles in its path. In its path, that is called Tyndall effect. The scattering of light by particles, okay, suspending particle which is present in the cone, okay, in its path. That is what is it? This is particles path. In its path, that is called Tyndall effect. What is that? That is called Tyndall effect. Very very simple. So due to Tyndall effect, okay, due to Tyndall effect, we can see the beam of white light. It's not a white light, it's just a light, normal light. It's a beam of light path. Beam of light path. Is it clear? That is the concept. Okay, first what is that? Consider a home. This is a home. A single window is there. You are inside the home. Dust particles and so many particles is suspending, so which means moving here and there inside the room. Am I right? Yes. So if you open the window, what will happen? The sunlight which enters into the home. Sunlight which enters into the home. So the already we know the dust particles are which is suspending inside the room. So the beam of light rays falls on the particle, the spherical particle. Okay, the spherical shape of the particle. Then light gets reflected in all direction, which means light gets what is reflected in random direction like this. So random direction. Okay, so due to which, note this point, due to which we can see the beam of light path. What is that? A beam of light path. That phenomena is called the Tyndall effect. That is called Tyndall effect. So the scattering of light by particle, okay, by particle in its path, that is called, what is that? Tyndall effect. Okay, so whenever the beam of light falls on the spherical particle due to scattering, okay, scattering process happening there, due to scattering, we can see the path of the light rays. Path of the light rays. Is it clear? It's very simple. Okay, don't get scared, very easy. I'll explain Tamil. நம்ம சம்டைம்ஸ் வீட்டில் இருக்கும்போது நம்ம வீட்டில் வந்து ஏதோ ஒரு சின்ன ஹோல் வழியாக லைட் வந்துன்னா அதோட லைட்டோட டேரக்ஷன் நமக்கு தெரியும் பார்த்தியா. நம்ம வீட்டில் இருக்கோம், நம்ம வீட்டில் ஏதோ ஒரு சின்ன ஹோல் வழியாக சன்லைட் உள்ளே வரும் பார்த்திருக்கியா. சன்லைட் உள்ளே வரும்போது அதோடைய டேரக்ஷன் ஒரு சின்ன ஒரு பாத் மாதிரி தெரியும். ஓகே, ஒரு பீம் ஆஃப் பாத் மாதிரி தெரியும் பார்த்திருக்கியா. ஸோ அந்த பாத்தில் பார்த்தோம்னா டஸ்ட் பார்ட்டிகல்ஸ் அங்கே மூவ் ஆகிட்டு இருக்கும். டஸ்ட் பார்ட்டிகல்ஸ் கிளியராக தெரியும், நார்மல் டைமில் தெரியாது. ஆனால் அந்த சின்ன ஹோல் வழியாக லைட் உள்ளே வரும்போது டஸ்ட் பார்ட்டிகல்ஸ் கிளியராக தெரியும் பார்த்திருக்கியா. எஸ், எதனால அந்த பீம் ஆஃப் லைட் டைரக்ஷன் நமக்கு தெரியுது அப்படின்னா, இந்த டஸ்ட் பார்ட்டிகல்ஸ் மேலே லைட் பட்டு லைட் எல்லா இடத்துலையும் ஸ்கேட்டர் ஆகும். ஓகே, ரேண்டம் டைரக்ஷனில் ஸ்கேட்டர் ஆகும். ஓகேவா. ஸோ இதே மாதிரி நிறைய பார்ட்டிகல்ஸ் மேலே லைட்டு பட்டு என்ன ஆகும், அந்த லைட் ரேஸ் வந்து எல்லா இடத்துலையுமே ஸ்கேட்டர் ஆகும். ரிஃப்ளெக்ட், ஓகே, எல்லா இடத்துலையுமே ரிஃப்ளெக்ட் ஆகும். அந்த ரிஃப்ளெக்ஷன்னால தான் நம்ம என்ன பண்ண முடியும், அந்த ஸ்கேட்டரிங் ப்ராசஸ்னால தான் நம்மளால் அந்த சன்லைட்டோடைய டைரக்ஷனை நம்மளால் பார்க்க முடியும், அந்த சன்லைட்டோடைய பாத்தை நம்மளால் பார்க்க முடியும். இஸ் இட் கிளியர்? எஸ். ஸோ ஸ்கேட்டரிங் ஆஃப் லைட் which allows us to see the beam of light path. That's all. That is called Tyndall effect. Very easy one. Okay, yes. So another one example for the Tyndall effect, that canopy of dense forest. So another one example of this Tyndall effect, that is canopy of dense forest. Okay, second one, what is that? Canopy of dense forest. What is canopy, sir? Canopy means nothing but that is this above ground. Okay, above ground plants. Okay, so already we know some plant which is growing inside the water. Am I right? Inside the water. Here the canopy means nothing but the above ground, the portion of a plant. Above ground portion of the plant, which means the plant which is growing above the earth surface. Actually that is growing very closer to each other. Okay, that is called canopy of dense forest. Okay, Tamil is here அடர்த்தியான காடு சொல்லுலையா, அடர்த்தியான காடு, that is canopy of dense forest. Is it clear? Yes. Now consider the canopy of dense forest like this. Now consider the canopy of dense forest. Okay, which means the trees are growing very close to each other. Then backside there is sun. Backside there is sun. Am I right? So there will be some gap among the every branches of the tree. Am I right? There will be some gap among the every branches of the tree. Is it clear? Yes. Actually, in forest, mist will be there. Mist air will be there. Am I right? Yes. Mist air. In forest, mist air will be there. You know what is mist air? M-I-S-T, mist air. Mist air means nothing but Tamil we say mood pani. Pani அதிகமா போய் சொல்லியா. பனி ரொம்ப மூடு பனியா இருக்கு. பனி ரொம்ப அதிகமா இருக்கு சொல்லியா. That is mist air. Okay, so in forest, mist air will be there. So this mist air contains water droplets. What is that? Water droplets. So many water droplets will be there. Okay, because that is mist air, water droplets will be there in most amount. Is it clear? Yes. So water droplets are. Here. So water droplets, so many water droplets will be there. Isn't it? Yes. So sunlight is there. Sunlight is there. So among the gap between the branches of the tree, sunlight will pass. Look at here. So among the gap between the so every branches of the tree, the sunlight will enters. Sunlight will enters into them. Isn't it? Yes. So already we know the mist air also surrounds the forest. Mist air also surrounds the forest, isn't it? What is mist air? The water droplets. Okay, the air which contains water droplets. Tamil we say mood pani. Okay, water droplets will be there in maximum amount, more amount. Is it clear? So when the sunlight falls on the water droplet, what will happen? Scattering process will happen. Am I right? Scattering process will happen. Am I right? Yes. So when a beam of sunlight falls on the water droplets present in the dense forest, what happened? After striking on the spherical shape of the particle, light gets reflected in all direction, which means light scattering in all direction. Isn't it? Yes. So due to this scattering of light, we can see the path of light like this. Path of light like this. Okay, like this. This is the path of light. This is the path of light. That is path of light. Isn't it? It's very simple concept. Try to understand. Actually, so what's happening there? The mist air contains water droplets. Our mist air contains water droplets. Look at here. So this is water droplets. Every water droplets. Each and every one water droplets. Sun is here. Sunlight is here. So many light rays is coming from the sun. Am I right? Yes. So when the light rays falls on the particle, what happens? Scattering process is happening there. Which means the light gets reflected in all directions like this. Light gets reflected in all directions like this. The light gets reflected in all directions like this. Yes, like this. Light gets reflected in all the direction. Am I right? Due to which means scattering process happening there. Due to this scattering, we can see the beam of light path. Beam of light path. That is called Tyndall effect. That is called this Tyndall effect. Very, very simple. Try to understand the concept. So what is Tyndall effect? The scattering of light by a particles in its path. That is called Tyndall effect. That's all. That is called Tyndall effect. Okay, so why do we need Tyndall effect, sir? Due to Tyndall effect, we can see the path of beam of light. The path of the beam of light. Is it clear? It's very, very simple. So this is Tyndall effect. Actually, this happens. This visible of this beam of light happens. What? Due to what? Due to this scattering of light. Due to this scattering of light, very, very simple. Try to understand the concept. Okay, yes. So next one, what is it? Next, I am going to give you a very important one. Example. Very, very important example. Very important example. Look at here. Consider solar system. That is sun. First one is what is the sun, and Earth is the third planet. Alright, Earth is here. Earth is here. Okay. This is one first process. This is the second planet. This is the planet. This is one planet. That is the planet. Is it clear? Yes. Look at here. I'm going to make enlarge this one. This is what is it? This is Earth. That is Earth. Am I right? Yes, that is Earth. The Earth has what is that? Atmosphere. Isn't it? Yes. Earth has atmosphere. This is atmosphere. That is atmosphere. Okay, look at here. One is solar system. Sun is here. First planet, second planet. Earth is the third planet. Am I right? Earth is the third planet. Earth only has atmosphere. Am I already know very well? Earth only has atmosphere. Isn't it? Yes. Look at here. The sunlight reaches us. Am I right? The sunlight reaches us here. Sunlight reaches us like this. Can you see clearly? Yes. Sunlight reaches us. Okay, so light rays are coming from sun. The sunlight which enters into the atmosphere. Is it clear? Yes. So due to sunlight, we can see so many things around us. So many things around us. Is it clear? Yes. So in Earth, okay, if we see any things in Earth, we can see so many things which are around us. So many things which are around us because light is here. Light is here. But the sunlight which comes through what is this? Space. Comes through this space. Right? So this is space. This is space. What is space? The distance between sun and the earth atmosphere. That is space. This is space. That is space. Is it clear? Yes. So in space, nothing is there. In space, nothing is there. Even atmosphere is not there. Even single air particles also is not there. Not there. That is vacuum. Nothing is there. Okay, only Earth has atmosphere. Earth has only atmosphere. That atmosphere also lengthened only few kilometers. Only few kilometers. Not up to this one, up to other planets. Not like that. The atmosphere also lengthened just for few kilometers. Just for few kilometers. Maybe so it can be 100 kilometers, 200 kilometers, so whatsoever. That is not a problem. Okay, yes. But between the Earth atmosphere and the sun, nothing is there. Just space is there. That is space. Which means vacuum is there. Even single air particles also not there. Not there. Am I right? Yes. So, but the sunlight reaches us through this space. Am I right? The sunlight reaches us through this space. Is it clear? Yes. So due to the sunlight on Earth's surface, okay, on Earth's surface, in atmosphere we can see so many things around us because there is a brighter one. Okay, I am seeing you, you are looking at me. Am I right? Yes. If you go to space, note this point very important. If you go to space, what will be the color of this space? What will be the color of this space? That should be only dark color. This color of the space is only dark color, which means black color. Black color. Okay. That is the reason why. So whenever the astronauts go to space, actually they find that the space color is a dark color. But that space color is dark color. Sir, why, sir? Very big question. Why, sir? Because the sunlight travels through this space. Through the first planet, second planets, and finally, after that, the sunlight reaches us. Actually, sunlight traveling through this space. Then why the space appears dark color? But we are getting the light. We are getting light here. We are getting light here. But this sunlight travels through the space, and why space appears dark? Because in space, nothing is there. Even particle also is not there. Air particles also is not there. So scattering will not be there. Scattering process not happening there. Scattering process not happening there. So due to which there will be what is that? Dark color. there will be dark color. Alright, so already we know we can see the path of a light, path of a beam of light due to only scattering by the Tyndall effect. By the Tyndall effect, just now we have seen that. Alright, but in space nothing is there. Even dust particles also not. Even air particles also not there. Due to which scattering is not there. Scattering process never happened here. Okay, never happened in space. That is the reason why space color is dark color. There will not be what? Light. There will not be light. But the sunlight enters into the atmosphere. Where enters into the atmosphere due to scattering. Due to scattering, what happened? We can see the path of light. We can see the path of light. Very, very important. Is it clear? Because the atmosphere is made up of different gases. The different gases made up of particles. Everything is made up of particles. But in space, nothing is there. That is the reason why the astronauts who go to space, actually they find the space color is a dark color. Space color is a dark color. Is it clear? So very, very important. That process is called scattering of light. That's all. Okay, so that is called the Tyndall effect. That's all. Okay, yes. I'll explain Tamil. Shall I explain Tamil? Yes, very important. Look at here. Solar system எடுத்துக்கோ. This sun, first planet, second planet, third planet. Third planet நம்ம எர்த். நம்ம எர்த்ல மட்டும் தான் அட்மாஸ்பியர் இருக்கு. வேற எந்த பிளானட்லயுமே அட்மாஸ்பியரே கிடையாது. ஆமாவா? சோ இந்த சன்லைட் எங்க இருந்து வருது? சன்ல இருந்து வருது. சன் தான் சென்டர் பாயிண்ட் சோலார் சிஸ்டத்திலே. சன்ல இருந்து தான் லைட் ரேஸ் வருது. இந்த சன்லைட் எங்க இருந்து வருது? இந்த ஸ்பேஸ் தாண்டி வருது. ஸ்பேஸ் குள்ள வருது. இந்த பிளானட்ஸ்ல இருந்து வருது. ஃபைனலா தேர்டா தான் நம்ம எர்த் ரீச் பண்ணுது. தேர்டா தான் எர்த் ரீச் பண்ணுது. ஆமாவா? எஸ். சோ ஸ்பேஸ்ல எதுவுமே கிடையாது. ஸ்பேஸ்ல ஏர் பார்ட்டிகல்ஸ் கிடையாது, டஸ்ட் பார்ட்டிகல் கிடையாது, எதுவுமே கிடையாது. அட்மாஸ்பியர் எதுவுமே கிடையாது. எதுவுமே கிடையாது. ஆமாவா? எஸ். ஸோ அட்மாஸ்பியர் இருந்தால் மட்டும்தான், அதாவது ஏதாவது பார்ட்டிகல் இருந்தால் மட்டும்தான் ஸ்கேட்டரிங் ஆஃப் லைட் நடக்கும். ஆமாம், ஏதாவது பார்ட்டிகல் இருந்தால் மட்டும்தான் அந்த பார்ட்டிகல் மேலே லைட் பட்டு எல்லா இடத்துலையுமே டைவர்ஜ் ஆகும். அவன் ரிஃப்ளெக்ட் ஆகும். அதான் நம்ம ஸ்கேட்டரிங் சொல்கிறோம். ஆமாவா? ஸோ இப்போது ஸ்பேஸில் எந்த ஒரு பார்ட்டிகலுமே இல்லாதனால ஸ்கேட்டரிங் நடக்குமா? கண்டிப்பாக நடக்கும். ஸ்கேட்டரிங் நடக்கவே நடக்காது. ஸ்கேட்டரிங் நடக்கலன்னா பீம் ஆஃப் லைட்டோடைய, அதாவது லைட்டோடைய டைரக்ஷன் நம்ம பார்க்க முடியுமா? லைட்டோடைய டைரக்ஷன் நம்மளால பார்க்கவே முடியாது. ஆமாவா? ஏன் ஸ்கேட்டரிங்கே நடக்கல, அதனால லைட்டோடைய பார்த்து நம்மளால பார்க்கவே முடியாது. ஆமாவா? நெக்ஸ்ட், இந்த லைட் அட்மாஸ்பியருக்குள்ள என்ட்ரான என்ன ஆகும்? அட்மாஸ்பியர்ல பார்ட்டிகல்ஸ் இருக்கு, கேஸ் பார்ட்டிகல்ஸ் இருக்கு, டஸ்ட் பார்ட்டிகல்ஸ் இருக்கு, வாட்டர் வேப்பர் நிறைய இருக்கு. ஸோ இந்த லைட் அட்மாஸ்பியர் வந்ததுக்கப்புறம் இந்த பார்ட்டிகல்ஸ் மேலே பட்டு என்ன ஆகும்? ஸ்கேட்டர் ஆகும். எல்லா இடத்துலையுமே ஸ்கேட்டர் ஆகும். எல்லா இடத்துலையுமே ஸ்கேட்டர் ஆனால தான் நம்மளுடைய லைட்டுடைய பாத்தை பார்க்க முடியும். ஓகே, லைட் பிகம்ஸ் விசிபிள் டியூ டு திஸ் ஸ்கேட்டரிங் ஆஃப் லைட். ஆமாவா? நீ சப்போஸ் ஸ்பேஸுக்கு போனா ஸ்பேஸ் ஃபுல்லாகவே டார்க்காக தான் இருக்கும். ஆனால் எங்கே கலருமே இருக்காது, லைட்டு கூட இருக்காது. ஓகேவா? லைட் கூட இருக்காது, ஃபுல்லாக டார்க்காக தான் இருக்கும். அப்புறம் எப்படி சார்? ஆனால் லைட் வந்து உள்ள தானே வருது, டார்க்காக தான். வேக்யூம்குள்ளே வந்து ஆல்ரெடி நமக்கு தெரியும், வேக்யூம்குள்ளே கூட என்ன பண்ணுவோம்? லைட்டு போகும். பிகாஸ் லைட் இஸ் அ ஃபார்ம் ஆஃப் எலக்ட்ரோமேக்னெட்டிக் வேவ். இஸ் இட் கிளியர்? எஸ். That is called Tyndall effect. That is called scattering of light. So what is the conclusion here? Okay, so due to scattering of light, we can see the path of a light. If scattering process is not there, we cannot see the path of light like space. Is it clear? It's very simple. Then what is scattering, sir? When a beam of light falls on the spherical particles present in the atmosphere, then light gets scattered. Light gets reflected in all direction, random direction. That phenomenon of light is called scattering of light. Is it clear? It's very, very simple. Okay, to understand why the sky appears to blue, and second one, why the sun is red during sunset and sunrise. Okay, to understand that we need Tyndall effect. We need that Tyndall effect. So what is Tyndall effect? The scattering of light by particles in its path, that is called Tyndall effect. First one example we have seen that home experiment, home observation, and second one what is that? The canopy of dense forest, and third one what is that? This is the solar system. That's all very, very easy one, isn't it? Yes. Next we will see the color of the scattered particles depend on the size of the particle. The color of the scattered light is depend on the size of the particles. That is next one. Okay. That is also Tyndall effect. That is one of the content of the Tyndall effect. Okay. Yes. Second one, the color of the scattered light depends on the size of the particle. What is that? Size of the particle. Very simple one. The color of the scattered light depends on the size of the particle. What is that? Size of the particle. So already we know atmosphere is made up of different gases, air molecules, dust particles, and so many things. Do you think all particles size will be same? That is not possible. Some molecules, okay, some particle size will be more, some particle size will be less, and some particle size will be moderate. Am I right? Yes, very, very simple. So this color of the scattered light depend on the size of the particle. What is that? Size of that particle. Very simple. Try to understand the concept. Okay? Yes. So in Earth's surface, different types of particles are there. Okay, different types of particles are there. Very simple. Am I right? Yes. So already we know the sunlight is a mixture of 7 colors. Am I right? First one, what is the first color? First red color. Second one orange. Third one is yellow. Fourth green. Fifth one blue. And sixth one indigo. Seventh one violet. So already we know sunlight is a mixture of 7 constituent colors. First one red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. Is it clear? Here, this red light only has more wavelength, which means maximum wavelength. It has maximum wavelength. How much, sir? How much is wavelength, sir? Okay, I'll write. Okay, see, this wavelength no one can give exactly. Okay, because it is electromagnetic spectrum, no one can find out this is the exact wavelength of the particular spectrum. We cannot say that. Averagely, we can say that. Okay, so I'm going to mention the average wavelength of the 7 spectrum. Okay, it's not exact. No one can find that. No one can find the exact wavelength of the 7 spectrum. Okay, the average rate. So first 740 nanometer to 625 nanometer, 695 nanometer. Okay, next 695 to 625. Then 590. Then 590 to 565. 565. Next 565 to 520. 520 to 500. 500 to 465. 465 to 390. 580. Look at here. So this is a wavelength range. Okay, this is wavelength range. What is the wavelength range? So already we know the white light is a mixture of 7 colors. White light is a mixture of how many colors? 7 colors. So the 7 colors have different wavelength. 7 colors have different wavelength. Each color has a different wavelength. The red has maximum wavelength. That is 740 nanometer to 625 nanometer. 625 nanometer. Nanometer means you will study the higher class. The range. Okay, that is range. Orange color 625 nanometer to 725 nanometer. Yellow 590 to 565. Green 665 to 620. Blue 520 to 500. Next indigo 500 to 645. And last one violet is 465 to 380 nanometer. Is it clear? Look at here. So red has maximum wavelength. Violet has minimum wavelength. Okay, look at here. Red has maximum wavelength. Violet has minimum wavelength. Is it clear? Yes, very, very simple. Okay, yes. Do you know what is first of all wavelength? Yes, because See, light has dual nature. Light has dual nature. First one wave nature, second one particle nature. Particle nature has a photon, wave nature like a wave, the crust and trough. Am I right? Yes. Look at here. So this is wavelength. What is this? The light is a form of wave nature. So light has a wave nature. Light has wave nature also. So this is crust. That is trough. This is a trough. Sorry, this is crust and this is trough. Am I right? Yes. So the length between the crust and trough, the length between the one crust and one trough, that is wavelength. That is wavelength. On this point, the length already we know. Light has a dual nature. First one particle nature and second one wave nature. Okay, you consider here wave nature. So this is trough. Sorry, this is crust and this is trough. The length between one crust and one trough, that is wavelength. The title is also wavelength, length of that wave. That is called wavelength. Denoted by the letter lambda. Denoted by the letter lambda. Is that clear? Yes. So here red has maximum wavelength. The red has maximum wavelength. Okay, which wavelength range is maximum for red color. Then violet has minimum. What is that? Violet has minimum wavelength. Minimum wavelength. Is that clear? Yes. So remaining we'll see in next part. Next part. Okay, because this video is going to be very lengthy. Okay, next I will cut this video. Then I'm going to put a second video. Okay, this continuation I'll put in second video class. Okay. So thank you. I hope this class will be very useful. Remaining, okay, this continuation I will put in next video class because it will go very lengthen. Okay, very lengthy. Okay, no problem at all. I hope this class will be very useful for you. What is scattering? So when a beam of light, generally light, falls on the spherical particles present in the atmosphere, then light gets reflected in all direction, random direction, because the surface of the particle is spherical, due to which all reflected rays moves random direction. That process is called scattering of light. That process is called scattering of light. Is it clear? It's very simple. Next, what is the Tyndall effect? What is Tyndall effect? So scattering of light by particles in its path, that is called Tyndall effect. So due to Tyndall effect, we can see the path of a light. Okay, so just now we have seen in space there will be no atmosphere, due to which space appears only dark color, because scattering process is not there. Scattering of light is not there. But when the light enters into the atmosphere, due to scattering, we can see the path of light. Look at here. So we can see so many things around us because of the scattering of light. Okay, so when the sunlight falls on the particles present in the surroundings us, the particles scatters the light all direction, due to which we can see the light. We can see the light so wherever. That is the reason, because of scattering process happening there. Is it clear? It's very simple, don't get confusion. Okay, so this class continuation I will put in next video class. Okay, thank you students.